So today is November 22nd. I feel better than I did at the last video. Um, I found a surgeon who's going to try to help. So surgery is December 1st because I'm not doing so wonderful. But most of the surgeons, they would talk to my original surgeon, and he told them do not go in. That it could go bad, stuff could disintegrate, whatever. But, I mean, the infections, they're like hitting my brain, and, I don't know, I just really not having a great time. But, so, when I was like 11 or 12, I had something called a J Jenostomy, Ruin J Jenostomy. I don't really know what it is. It is like they bypassed a section. So like normally they could put a drain in for what's wrong with me, but because of that bypass when I was young, there's not a clear pathway to put a drain in to keep it from backing up and causing the infection. So he's going to go in, he's going to try to unblock that. He's going to revise it. I didn't ask a lot of questions because I don't really have much of a choice, It's this or that, Uh, I went to, that surgeon passed away, which he was a great guy. He took care of me since I was a little kid. He said I would never see 18. I'm 57. So, I mean, he did a lot of different surgeries. My digestive system had birth defects. My pancreas was digesting organs. He had to reroute everything, thus the bypass of whatever he did. But it keeps clogging, like backing up, getting clogged up, and then your pancreas has duct work in it, like your air conditioning duct work, But they had to do a lot in there because the ducts were going in the wrong place. Instead of the enzymes going in my stomach or intestines, it was like going, like it digested my gallbladder and my common bile duct. My common bile duct is the stump of that is sewn into the intestines. That was when I was like 12 or 13. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I think it was then. And anyway, he's got to work on all that stuff. And then the pancreas, something called a Whipple. I think I didn't go real deep into it because I don't want to get too worried. But I think I just read that they cut the head of the pancreas off. And he was saying that if he does the Whipple, that I won't be creating stones anymore, because I've had pancreatitis since I was a baby, and let me tell you, I'd rather give birth to twins. It's some rough stuff. The pain is, last October, I hadn't had a really bad pancreatitis attack, but they had gone down. They used to do surgery down my throat. They'd go in, clean out ducts and pancreas and liver and all that kind of stuff. But that last time when he went in, one person said he punctured something, punctured the pancreas. But now they're telling me that he never punctured the pancreas. Well, he told me that he didn't. That the liver swelled so big that it upset the pancreas and the pancreas hemorrhaged. They did not go in and take out the hematoma, which was a big old monster, and they just let it reabsorb because, they didn't want to go in and cause infection and that kind of stuff. But so it took almost a year for it to all go. The pain was like, holy crap, because the hematoma, a big old blood jelly clot, was just laying on my organs, and it hurt to breathe. You take a breath in, and it just was like, it was rough. So like 2 months ago, right when I made that video, it was probably like 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, that's what happened, is that the pancreas most likely bled, or liver, whoever. And, there was a clot in there that was pressing on things. And, so that keeps happening. Sooner or later, when I hemorrhage, it's not going to be just a little hemorrhage. It's going to be a monster. And that's what happened when I was 11. My very first big surgery was because my pancreas hemorrhaged, and I was not, I, I, ugh, yeah. I remember being in the ICU, and I spent most of my childhood in the hospital. This is my butters. Hi, butters. What are you doing? You stay with mommy some bad? Huh? Hi, you good boy? Yeah, I love you. He's always with me. But Cordell will take good care of him while I'm in the hospital, and if I don't make it, at least they have each other. But I have no burial, whatever. So if anything happens, I don't know. Maybe I'm leave him directions. Maybe start a GoFundMe to. So I told him just to leave the ashes with the, like leave it with the hospital, but he would like my ashes, so he'll have to do something because we don't have any money. And right now I'm like putting up so much stuff for sale on like Poshmark and Macquarie and OfferUp to try to get some money behind us for a while I'm in the hospital, because I won't be able to be doing, like, I usually sell these trays and beads that I make, and I haven't done any lately, but I want to try to get a couple done. But I mean, clothes and all that kind of stuff, and toys and baby stuff and baby clothes, I've been like working my can off, taking pictures and posting to try to get some money behind us so that while I'm in the hospital, he has food, he has whatever he needs. And then when I get out, I'm not going to be like, let me go and sit and make something. So I guess maybe I might leave my Macquarie and stuff down there. There's good stuff. And I should make a video when I actually make a tray or the beads, because they're very unique. But yeah, I want to do some, so that, at least a tray, because that would bring in a good bit of money. But anyway, I'm scared, but I'm also like, I'm more scared of just letting it go. Like, all these 3 other surgeons were like, we can't touch you. Dr. Greco said that it would end up killing you. And this new doctor, he said, I know Dr. Greco passed away, but he's like, I don't really care what he said, because everything that he's done is antiquated. Like, all those big surgeries he did was in the 70s and 80s, and things have really changed. And so, I mean, I really had to plead my case with this guy, because he was really like, I can't help you. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is because of what the main surgeon said, right? He's like, well, yeah, but he's like, the other 2 told me the same thing. Now, the first one that passed away, love him. The second one is the one who goes down my throat. He has refused to go in and try to fix it because of what the main surgeon said. And then Dr. Harrison, he went in there in like 2013, and he cleared up some of the scar tissue and stuff. So, but he also told the surgeon, don't even don't bother. But you know what? I want you to bother, because I have possibly a lot of life left in me, for me, and I at least want to try. Now, their usual thing was they were going to wait until I go critical, but then Dr. Harrison said, you kind of are critical. He's the second one, but he said that he was not capable of doing what needed to be done, and he sent me to the surgeon that's going to operate on me in December. And I didn't look him up, But one of my friends did, and they said that he is really good at what he does, and that, other surgeons send their hard cases to him, anything to do with the biliary system. And so, he said that he cannot do it laparoscopically, which, is a big, big thing. Laparoscopic surgery, so much easier to get over than being open. So, and he said it's going to be a pretty big opening and it's going to be a long recovery. But as long as it's a recovery, like I can take a recovery, a long recovery. It took me a year to recover. What happened? Oh, I was septic. My whole liver. First, lovely doctors. I mean, I get why they made a mistake. They told me that my liver was a complete tumor. They told me that it was inoperable. There was nothing they could do for me. But then when they later, I was in the hospital. I was in bad shape. They did something, and then they realized it was full of pus infection and not a tumor. And but that one, I mean, I went to the emergency room. They sent me home. I was like, I went in. I told them, I'm dying. Something big is wrong. I know my body. I know when something's wrong. I know when I'm in big trouble. I know I've been close to death quite a few times. I know what it feels like. And he sent me home. He was like, I think he said it was a virus, But that night, I told him, I have an older son. I'm like, you gotta take me. I'm dying. And as soon as the next ER doctor saw me, he knew right away that there was something big wrong. I was like, oh, thank God. I was crying like, please don't send me home. Because I said, I'm dying. I know it. I've been here before. And, it took them, I was in the hospital for 15 days. It took them 11 days to figure out that it was sepsis and that my liver was a big old pus pouch. And, yeah, it took them 11 days because my body is so good at hiding things that it didn't even show an infection because it was all in my liver. So it showed up like my white blood cell count was like fine, which causes problems because, I'm in trouble and they do blood work and they're like, hey, everything's great. Your blood work's perfect. I'm like, yeah, that's what it always is. Which I'm happy. It's good all the time, but, my body has a way of hiding things until, I'm in big trouble. So I guess they did like cultures and stuff and they took biopsy and ugh, it was very rough. When they put the drain in my liver, they're supposed to like knock you out, put you in like a twilight so you don't care. Well, my body's very resistant to pain medicine and stuff like that. And the nurse kept telling him that he needed to give me more because I was, wide awake. And oh man, it hurt. He was like, no, you know what? Because they look at my medication list and see that I'm on methadone and Percocet and gabapentin, which are all major pain medications. And then as soon as they see methadone, they think drug addict. But, methadone liquid is for people who are trying to not withdraw from drugs. But this was a little 10 milligram pill you take it 4 times a day, and it kept the pain like from going crazy. I mean, it was still going crazy in there, but at least, I couldn't feel it as much. But because of that, a lot of times when I'm in the hospital, some of the nurses or doctors right away think it's an addiction. And, I've had to get pretty nasty sometimes. One time, that time when I was in with the liver and sepsis, I heard 2 nurses talking outside my room. Oh, she's on methadone. I wonder what kind of major drugs she normally does, that kind of thing. And, it was a shift change. And when she came in, I said, I heard what you said. And I said, you need to either go back to school or do some research on the methadone that I'm on and how they use it for people with, severe pain. And I had to like explain it to them. And I was like, I heard you. How do you think that made me feel, But there's been times like I needed pain medicine and they withheld it because they think they're doing me a favor, you know, because they think, yeah, I don't know, it's just a whole shit show pretty much. But anyway, so December 1st, I'm trying to get my things in order. I've got 10 days, I guess. Not even 10 days. I don't know how many days there are in November. Anyway, I've got until the 29th to get everything in order here, and I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I have taken hundreds of pictures of stuff to put up, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to post some more. I'm not editing pictures, I'm not editing this video, because, I don't have time, and time is energy, and I don't have a lot of that, so. But as you can see, Bud's still doing good. So handsome. Hey boy, are you a handsome puppies? You're my sweetie? I said, good morning, sunshine. Good morning, sunshine. He is my sweetie. And I feel bad for him when I'm gone because last time I was in, Cordell sent me some pictures and just Bud looked worried, The dog had a worried look on his face, so it was sad, but at least he'll have Cordell. Cordell goes to school at home, so even now they shut the schools down. There was like school for people who wanted to go to school, and Cordell he's doing remote, but so either way, Cordell's home with him, and I'll have dog food all set up. I have a new bag that I just got, so they're set on dog food, and like the week before, sometime a couple of days before, I'll go to the grocery store and, Cordell drinks a lot of milk. He's lactose intolerant, but he drinks like A2 and Fairlife, so I'll stock up on stuff like that, and bread, and I bought a big old thing of cheese the other day so he can make grilled cheese sandwiches or whatever, and so I'll get all that done. I'm teaching him how to do laundry because, he hasn't done it, and so I've made cards for things that he needs to do so that, he's not like, oh my God, what do I do, and has to ask for help. And this way he can, be self-sufficient. It's pretty easy stuff, but, usually I do all that. Cordell takes care of the dishes, washing dishes, and cleaning the bathroom, that kind of thing. But anyway, he's learning, and it's funny to see because he's like terrified, but it's, it's a few settings. It's one of those front loaders. It's either normal or a heavy load, whatever you want. But anyway, I just figured I would check in, and I'll try to check in again. I have not done anything with my dentures because I was supposed to go, I had that first surgery, but I was supposed to go back for a bone graft. They were going to take a rib, but I did not think I was strong enough to make it through that surgery, so I stopped. I did not get that done. They were going to put the bone graft in and then put implants in the bottom. Like, I don't need anything for the top because I have a good ridge and I don't need any implants on top, but the bottom, they had to make a ledge here. I didn't have a ledge, so anyway, I did not continue with that because I just didn't think I was going to make it. Getting the skin graft, that they took skin off my leg and made this ridge in my skin. You could still see it in there. You can see that it's my white leg skin there. One thing that was pretty funny, and I don't know if we have pictures somewhere. I'll have to try to look. But there was a hair. One hair grew off the leg piece, and Cordell had to cut the hair. It was pretty hilarious, but it hasn't grown back, thank God, because that was weird. But I don't remember if we took a picture of it or not. He might have taken a picture so that I could see what it looked like better, kind of thing. But yeah, it had the hair was about that long, and I kept feeling like there was hair in my mouth. It was driving me crazy. It means that the skin graft took really well, but it was definitely very weird. All right, well, I will keep you guys posted, and be careful out there. I know some people don't think that COVID is real, and some people do, but I mean, I've had members of my family in another state, in New Jersey, they had it, and they were so sick. And my brother, who had it, he has no underlying illnesses or anything. Like, he's an ox. He's a pretty strong guy, and he couldn't even talk on the phone. He was like a whisper. So, if you don't worry about it for yourself, worry about it for your grandparents or your parents or whoever, it's some really messed up stuff. Okay, I talk too much. I'll talk to you guys later. Lazy bud. Bye, bud. Bye. I watch TV. You watching TV, mister? Yeah, you're a good boy. He just had a haircut. First time in a long time I took him someplace because I couldn't do it. Alright, I'm gonna go. Bye.